Angam galitam palitam amundam dasana vihina jata tundam vridho jati grihitva dandam stadapina muncha asha pindam bhaje govindam bhaje govindam bhaje govindam muramate prapti sannehite murne nahi nahi rakshati dukrin karane Balastavat kridha sakta Tarunastavat taruni rakta Bridhostavat chinta magna Parame brahmani ko pinalagana Bhaje govindam bhaje govindam Bhaje govindam muramate prapti sanne Hite marane Nahi nahi rakshati dukrin karane om Kashtvam koha kutta ayata Kame janani kome tatta Iti parvayo sarvam asharam Vishwam tvaktva sapna vicharam Bhaje govindam bhaje govindam Bhaje govindam muramate prapti sanne Hite marane Nahi nahi rakshati dukrin karane Nahi nahi rakshati dukrin karane om Bhaje govindam, bhaje govindam. Oh, that word bhaja is so loaded. It's complete with devotion and surrender. That when you do worship the Krishna here, bhaje govindam, you be surrendering yourself. Devotees, in the times of trials and tribulations, we have to find a way, how do we deal with it? And I'm insinuating of the elections that are going on, we don't know the results of here in America. But we cannot be like disturbed about it or anything like that. Because remember, of creation, Mother Earth is such a small component that where we stay on. And it is not to us to really do the direction. Yes, we can vote, but in everything, the Lord's hands is in there. And whatever comes out, we should accept it as, and deal with it in that manner. And Swami Parameshananda ji was, again, he is the master of this kind of this wisdom and knowledge. And in BHARAT SEVASHRAM, the institution that he brought into existence, a brotherhood of monks and disciples and well-wishers, all parts of the world, especially in India. Now, one of the things that what Swami Parameshananda ji did, and it was followed by Swami Parameshananda ji, Swami Purnananda ji, that every Hindu or every person, as a matter of fact, whatever your God is, must be able to pray by themselves. In other words, you shouldn't be depending on someone to come and pray to you, pray for you, or be in your presence and, the priests come and they pray for you. Yes, sometimes you might need that in some festivals. But on a daily basis, we should have that completeness, that Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate Om. We should have that completeness in us that we should be able to pray for ourselves. Meaning, if we can't do that, where's the human effort? There's be always a dependency. And I honestly feel that human effort where we have to pray for ourselves, it's so necessary. Yes, we can have someone pray for you. But when you make that human effort and learn prayers, Swami Purnananda ji, when he went to Guyana, and I speak out about that because I'm from Guyana, and I saw the transformation that the ashram brought about. One monk, he made so much dynamic transformation. And these disciples in Guyana, Trinidad, he worked there, and in America and Canada, his disciples have gone and monks have gone. So this idea of praying for self was the key component. And in India too, I could remember going to the ashrams in India, Kolkata. Devotees will come and they're all time and sit down in the ashram and be in the presence of the environment, and they will pray. And then one key component of this whole situation, that's why Parameshananda, he created the Milan manders, where it is run just like an ashram, but instead it is run by, taken care of by householders. And with the change of times, this is so important now, because we don't monks, the amount of monks that are coming in, those are dying out, we're in a deficit. And not only with Bharat SEVASHRAM, but in all religious organizations. I know my Christian brothers, we have in Manhattan, New York City, so many temples were closed down. And why? Because many people are not coming. And I do, because of changing times. It's a natural progression that this will happen. That more and more the householders have to come forward and take the role of leading these institutions. They're as powerful as the same power that the ashrams have. So with that being said, prepare yourself to build yourself and take that responsibility. I would have gone to different parts like Nepal and Assam and Gatshila. And one of the criteria I'll have is that I would not get involved in if there's a monk who's not taking the responsibility. So, and then I will do work. And this is how progress is made. Because if you build ashrams and you don't have the plan for the future, who's going to take care of it, a monk or so, then there's the chance that it could be an abandoned building, a white elephant. Yes, it's nice to have ashrams here and there, but if you don't have someone, a pre-plan who's going to take care of it, because there's a limited amount of India, we're struggling there also, that ashrams are usually, Swami Parameshananda would have said, I want more than one Swamiji in an ashram, because this is the brotherhood, this is the family. Like if you were to live alone as a householder by yourself, or or live alone, it's very difficult because you don't have that socializing and like-mindedness around you, that energy that you feed off. So this is very important, that the ashram has to rethink that to build an ashram or open an ashram some way. It is a nice thing, it's name and fame and all of that comes with it. We started an ashram here. But, monks should stay away from that wanting to have that name, I build an ashram and this like that. So this whole dynamics has been changing. Here in America, we see with this election, there's a shift. Whether President Trump wins or Joe Biden wins, the scale has been tipped to socialism. And America, it was strength was capitalism, because capitalism encourages entrepreneurship, and what it does, it pulls the best out of everyone. Small businesses, people come. This is the dream of coming to America, that you come and you want to start something, you want to study hard. Not to come and live the same life from the country that you're coming from, because that would be a waste of time. And many people come and do that, and they bring the same habits. And those habits is what they don't make any progress. So this is very important, that we are learning a very powerful lesson with this election, that the scales are tipped into socialism, and we don't know how it will pan out. And this will affect the rest of the world. Yes, it's good for many people who are here. They will enjoy the benefit, which you already are doing, because the country, America, is so great. You walk in here with a green card, and the next day you can go to the social welfare office, and what you can do, you could get the benefits of the country. And many people are doing that. So nothing wrong with that. People will come, but when you abuse the kindness of America, some people, there's this habit of coming. I know One lady, nurse, she was telling me, Swamiji, in the hospital, so many people come to get the babies for the citizenship, and then they go back to their country. So in the later stages, that child will enjoy the benefits of America without contributing anything to the upliftment, the financial upliftment of the country. This is not very good. And with the country, America, with so much $1 trillion of debt, we run the danger of having to provide all these services and, shifting more to socialism, where there's more dependency on the government for this, the handout, whether it be medical or food or housing, low-income housing, all these things. So we go into a transition period, and we have to be very careful. But individually, as a person, we should always think that we shouldn't be depending on someone, that this is the strength of an individual and the character of a person, that, they should think about how I could be that perfect person without dependency on others. The Swami Parameshananda would have said, what are real assets? Self-confidence, self-reliance, and self-respect. When he gave that Shanghavani, it was so dynamic and beautiful. And we should always keep that in mind, that we should be guided by that. What is the goal of life? Self-realization, universal emancipation. What is religion? Self-sacrifice, self-abnegation, self-discipline, adherence to truth, and countenance. What is real death? Forgetfulness of the self. What is real life? Self-possession, self-remembrance, self-consciousness. What are real virtues? Heroism, virility, humanliness, and aspiration for emancipation. What are real sources of strength? Patience, fortitude, and endurance. What are real sins? Weakness, fear, cowardice, and meanness. What are real enemies? Indolence, slumber, inertia, procrastination, lustful senses, and passions. What are real friends? Energy, enthusiasm, and perseverance. This is a description of capitalism. What are real friends? Energy, enthusiasm, and perseverance. These are the things that we should incorporate. And when Swami Parameshananda would have did this, how little do we know how the 10 divine message, Sanghavani, would be a guidance. So devotees, get prepared, especially in India and all parts of the world, that you're going to have to take the responsibility, that Milan manders, that householders are going to have to take the lead, because there's a changing dynamics and ashrams and religious institution where this monastic life is there. There'll be a time that less and less Swamijis will be coming to the ashram, less and less ashrams can be opened up, more and more Milan mandirs will be opening up. So be prepared, and this is a beautiful time for you to step forward. For this, we do adorations to Surya Narayan. Om Bhura Bhava Swaha Tat Savitur Marenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhura Bhava Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Bolo Sisi Surya Narayan Bhagwan Ki Jai. Let us bring in the Guru. Om Dhyana Moolam Gurur Murti Puja Moolam Guru Param Mantra Moolam Gurur Vakyam Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. Isn't it so beautiful that when you're here in this mandir, that we have no limitations? I like to always say this, because when we put limitations on ourselves, that is when we die. Contraction is death, expansion is life. Expand your mind, expand your thinking, expand your consciousness to fill the whole of the universe, and you'll find out that you are a far greater person than you ever dream yourself to be. So this morning, I send you blessings, and whatever happens in America here, the change, the scale has been tipped already to more to socialism. and we are moving out more out of capitalism. Hari Om, Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om.